Hey guys, welcome back to my beach review turned YouTube golf channel. Should probably think about changing my handle at some point. Today we're going to be talking about what I think could be some potential improvements for the 2026 Internet Invitational. I think now's a perfect time to start thinking about it and for them to start having these conversations. We're about a week removed from the finale. Obviously it was a massive success, and this video, I didn't create it because I think that there needs to be any changes. I think they can run the same thing back and it'll be just as good and just as successful, but it's fun to talk about what the potential is for this. I think anytime you do something to this scale, year one is kind of a trial. You see how it goes, then you start expanding on that. So the three things that I'm going to talk about today are location, format, and field. So who's playing in the tournament, where they're playing, and what the format's going to be. So the first one is location. Now, Big Cedar Lodge was an absolutely incredible host for this tournament. It was able to accommodate the size of it. The course layout, I think, was perfect for what they wanted to do, and it was absolutely beautiful. It's a picturesque golf resort slash facility. The courses are in incredible shape. It's like a golf Disney World. With that said, I think a lot of us consumers of YouTube golf content partially watch it because we want to see all these beautiful courses across the country. So I think changing the location and the venue could work in their favor a little bit. You might run into an issue where if they have it at the same place, it might get a little bit stale. It's not as unique of a product. So I think a change in location would be a good thing. Now, where would they have it? I think right now, Pebble Beach is the most recognizable and famous golf course in the US. I know there's some courses abroad that probably blow Pebble out of the water, like St. Andrews in Scotland or Costa Navarino in Greece. But I think keeping this as a domestic tournament right now is probably a good thing. I don't know how any of the logistics would work for a production of that scale when you go overseas and you bring that aspect into it, but I'm sure that they're going to look to do that in the future. There are just too many beautiful golf courses around the world. But for next year, I think Pebble would be a great venue. It's Spyglass, they've got Spanish Bay, they also have a par 3 course, the Hay, so they could do something similar in terms of format if they wanted to, and it's just as beautiful as Big Cedar Lodge was. You've got the ocean views. It's a bucket list course for me. I know probably a lot of you guys watching, if you haven't played it, it's probably on your bucket list too. I'm just nervous about paying the $600 greens fee and then getting one of those terrible weather days that you see so often. I don't think it happens that often. I think that just when it does, it's so rare for California to get that type of weather that you see it all over the internet. So probably not a valid concern. But yeah, I think it would be a great host. Let me know where else you guys think would be a good venue for it. I think maybe Pinehurst is an option. Riggs has that connection to Pinehurst. I think maybe Bandon. But in terms of next year, I think you strike while the iron's hot and you go to the most famous, the most recognizable golf course in the country. All right, next I want to talk about the format. They did a great job with this format. It's so hard to come up with a good format when you have guys like Brad Dalkey playing off a +8 and then you got the Duke and whatever he is. And I think they did a great job of coming up with a really entertaining format. I've mentioned in previous videos that I am still a fan of the PGA Tour, as antiquated and how tone deaf they are. They don't listen to their fans, I don't think. They made a huge mistake last year, and they removed the WGC from the tournament schedule. Now, for you guys unfamiliar, the WGC was the only match play format within the PGA Tour, and they did it like March Madness bracket style. So sick. I can't believe that they removed it. It was so entertaining to see the head-to-head match play with these guys. You get to see these guys play the same format that we're playing at our local Muni dog track. I think there's an opportunity for Bob and Dave and everyone involved to kind of scratch that itch for a lot of golf fans. I think a bracket style would be so sick. I don't know specifically how they do it. Maybe you have like the plus handicaps in one bracket, then you have the scratch golfers in another, the higher handicaps over here, and everyone plays through their bracket. The 3 or 4 winners all face each other in some type of stroke play with handicaps considered. I don't know. I just came up with that on the spot. I'm kind of brainstorming here, but they've got a year to think about it. A little bit less, probably about 8 to 10 months, but I think those guys can figure something out. Dave's big brain and Bob's creativity, they got it. I also think you might draw in some PGA fans that haven't necessarily watched YouTube golf before. It's an off year in the Ryder Cup, so I think mixing it up a little bit would be pretty cool. All right, so next we're going to talk about the field. Now, I think the cast of characters they put together for this was awesome. I think you had all different types of people, all different types of skill levels. I think they nailed it. but people are going to be chomping at the bit to get in this thing next year. So I think they've got their pick of the litter. Whoever they want, I think they get. One person that came up in the comments of my last video is Kaylin Henderson. Now, I had never seen any of her stuff prior to my video, but I've checked her out since, and she's great. So I think Kaylin Henderson, as an addition, get another woman in there. They're kind of underrepresented in YouTube golf a little bit. I think that just draws in more people, more fans from different areas and different demographics. You've got good girls just launching very recently, so I think the trajectory of women in YouTube golf is on the rise. So I would start there. I would add Kaylin Henderson. Next, this is going to be a bit debatable, I think. For all you guys that follow Barstool, you know the storyline with Kirk Minahan not being in the tournament. I personally think he should have been in it. He's just such a wild card. I think he adds a super entertaining aspect. He goes at people's throats too much. That's why they didn't want him in this one. But I think now, after seeing like all the drama and all the tension, you get the Quan stuff, you get the Melosi stuff, you get the Page stuff, maybe this isn't such a good idea. Kirk would have there could have been some violence and criminal activity if Kirk was there. I'm rethinking this right now. I personally would love to see it, but it might be a liability. So I'm saying Kirk Minahan would not want to deal with that if I was Dave or Bob or any of the producers of the show. Think you get some legality issues, some litigation issues if you do bring them in, but man, it would be an entertaining product. And then the next person I've got is Steph Curry. Steph is playing at like a +2 right now. For you guys that watched the Bryson and Steph breaking 50, I'm not going to spoil it for those that haven't watched it, but if you haven't, watch it right now. After this video, don't even click on any of my videos, just go directly to Bryson's channel and watch that Steph Curry and Bryson DeChambeau breaking 50. Absolutely incredible piece of golf content. I think that it was the best YouTube golf video until the Internet Invitational. I think Steph's probably the #1 celebrity golfer in the world. So I think they filmed this last year before the NBA season started, so I don't think there would be any scheduling conflicts. Steph might be a little bit too big for this. That would be my only reservation. But, I mean, like I said before, I think people are going to be chomping at the bit, man. This is... The first year was just an incredible success. I think everyone is going to want in on this. I wouldn't be surprised if they throw in some pros eventually. You get Bryson leading one team, you get Scotty leading another team, just the captains. Maybe they don't even play. Maybe they're just the captains of the teams. That's a phenomenal idea right there. I think they need to do that. Bob, Dave, if you're watching, make that happen. I would love to see like maybe Jordan and Justin captain 2 teams in play. Man, this could be so good. Wow, I'm excited just thinking about it. That's all I got. Oh, actually, you know what? Add in Grace Charis. Why not? I think it was a massive success, but there's still room for improvement. I think the trajectory of this thing is just skyrocketing. So strike while the iron's hot, maybe change the location, change the format a little bit. Dave needs to do a better job of preparing and figuring out how to entice people to put all the money on the line. But man, this is an exciting time to be a fan of YouTube golf, I'll tell you that. So leave in the comments what you think that they should change, any additions that you think they should add, any courses you think that they should play, any formats that you've come up with. Who knows, maybe this video blows up and Dave and Bob see it and use it as a soundboard or a brainstorming start. You never know. YouTube's crazy like that. So thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate all of you. Make sure to subscribe. I'm going to do YouTube golf videos all throughout the winter. There aren't any beaches to review in Massachusetts in the winter, I'll tell you that. I'm in Florida right now. It's 80 degrees and sunny. Look at this. Palm trees out my window. It's almost December. Make sure to subscribe if you're interested in that type of content. I'll probably sprinkle in some beach reviews on you around the summertime, but you know, unsub if you don't want to see them when it gets there. But subscribe now. More YouTube golf content coming. Thanks, guys.